Hello everybody. My final project is based on data analytics PPT reports using the Python for the CSCA E7 codes. For today's my presentation, the agenda is introduction, project overview, libraries, and the packages used, and what is the source data, and the code walkthrough, and the output. So the project overview is I'm identifying, cleansing and loading the COVID-19 hospital capacity in San Francisco data set into data frame and producing the analytical PowerPoint reports using the Python. So the source data is it contains the hospitals in the San Francisco's and the bed type and whether the status whether the bed type is available or not and what are the counts about it during this pandemic season in San Francisco. So this is the source data I have used it, and the libraries and packages I have used in my code is about the operator pptx, util, pil, and the packages pandas, numpy, datetime, cborn, matlab, item getter, presentation, inches, and the images. So the code flow is this is the source data which I have used, that is SFO COVID hospital capacity, and I have created a function called as a connectDB function. This function reads the data from the source and loads into a data frame. And there is one more function called as a generate image function. This function reads the data from the data frames and generates the bar chart and the pie chart and creates its an image and stores in a COVID image folder on my local disk. From there, and another function called as a generate PPT function, which uh, uses the images generated by the generate image as a source, and it will add it to the PowerPoint. And in the PowerPoint, I in this function I have added the titles and subtitles as well with along with the images. So all these three functions are called in sequentially in the main function, and as a result I got the PowerPoint output. So this is the code snippets which I have used it. So these are the libraries I have used it, and this is the connectDB function where it reads the data and stores in the data frame, and this is the generate image function where it reads the data from the data frame and generates the required graphs, analytical graphs and images. And this is the generate PPT. It generates the PowerPoint using the images, and it adds the titles and the subtitles in the PowerPoint. So all these three functions has been called sequentially in the main function. Once I run this code, I get the output like this. In the Jupyter notebook, excuse me, in the Jupyter notebook with the COVID automatic COVID images folder, it saves the images and the graphs in this folder, and it generates the PPT file. So these are the three PPT slides which I have generated. That is slide 1, the heading, the titles, and the slide 2, which contains the status by COVID-19 symptom, that is the count of bed type and the bed type count. So acute, intensive care, acute care storage, and such type of analysis. And in the third slide, I have added the pie chart, which is based upon the availability of the bed type in the San Francisco. So the limitations was in this I have used the limited data to generate these reports using the PowerPoint, and needs to explore how can I generate the similar PowerPoint reports using the large data sets. So most probably I will be exploring these options in the future. This is my about my project, and thank you very much for watching these slides.